Crafters, it's Hannah from HanCraftedCards.com. Welcome to my channel today. I'm going to be showing you how to do these two cards, doing the watercolor sort of technique using clear blocks. I do have a third one to show you which didn't quite turn out, but I will explain why that one didn't turn out, and I'll be showing you how to finish up these two cards. So don't forget, all of the products and all of the information that you need on how to make them will be in the description as well, so be sure to check out that. Just click show more and you'll see all of those details there. And also, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe if you like the video at the end, because I do post every Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. And for all of my returning subscribers, thank you for coming back and watching another of my tutorials. I really do appreciate it. So let's get started. So to start these cards off, what we're going to use is 3 different surfaces. I've got some glossy paper, some watercolour paper, and then just some ordinary whisper white paper. So this isn't a new technique or anything like that, but it's one I haven't done in a while, so I thought it would be fun. So first one, what we're going to do is, on the whisper white, we're just going to take a block and I've got a spritzer with water in. I don't think I have. I'm just going to go fill a spritzer bottle up with some water and I'll be back. Okay, so that is nice and filled, and basically all we're going to do is scribble on the block, spritz it, and then put it down on the cardstock. I'm getting a lot of shadow. But the thing that I'm going to do different this time is a tip that I saw from Jennifer Maguire, is to leave the block on the cardstock, because normally I would pick it up straight away, but her technique was to leave it on until it's dry. So I'm going to give that a go. Sorry, that was Berry Burst. Then this is Flirty Flamingo. So just getting a good amount of colour on there. And then Sweet Sugar Plum. So we're going pinky for this one. Okay. So I'm just going to spritz it. I'm just going to hold it to one side to spritz it, because otherwise I'm going to get water everywhere. So just spritzing. So there you can see it's well spritzed, and then I'm going to quickly tip it down. Now that looks awesome already. So what I'm going to do is slide it over just up there and then put something heavy on top. Oh, I know, I can grab. So I'm just going to put my die platform on top, just to keep it, it's not actually that heavy, I'll put a couple on top just to really press it down, and that we'll see what effect that will give it. So watercolour paper next, and I'm going to use, which size block? Might go for a long one on that one, and some different colours. Let's get the brights, and this time we'll go for blues. So some Pacific Point. Actually, you know what I want? I actually wanted to go from light to dark. So let's get Night of Navy, because that will be darker. Not really. and then pull, no, Tempting Turquoise. And I'm going to do the same thing again, and I'm going to run out of space. So I'm just going to spritz it off to one side. And there we go, nice and spritzed. And then flip it and press it down. So I'm giving it a good press and then just sliding it off. And let's get something. You put my magnetic platform on top of that one. There we go, that should be heavy enough to hold that down. Maybe put a book on it as well. Oops. There we go. There. That won't move now. Last one on the glossy paper, which is very cool, and we'll go for that block, and yeah, we'll go for it there. So for this one we'll go for yellows, well, orangey yellowy type colours. Yeah, so we'll have, oh I know, we'll have yellow in the middle, then some, oh sorry, not yellow, Daffodil Delight. Then on this one we're going pumpkin pie, and I'm going to go around that. And then on the very outside I'm going to go for Cajun Craze, which is becoming one of my new favourite colours randomly. So we've got kind of a ombre thing going on. We'll see if that works or not. I'm going to move my coffee over here, and I can slide this one off to that side. Okay, so spritz. I've given it a good spritz and flip. Okay, it kind of has worked with the ombre-ness. So I'm just going to slide this off to the side, and then I will be back when these are all dry. So I don't know how long they're going to take to dry completely, so I will let you know, but I will be back in a second. Okay, so the three that I have made are now dry. Well, I think it should be dry. It's been about half an hour, so I haven't taken the blocks off yet, so we will see how they look. So this is the watercolor paper, and oh, that is nice. I like that. That's very cool. So that's the watercolor paper. This one is, oh, this is the just the ordinary Whisper white paper. This is still a little bit damp. I can feel that's still damp, but that looks very cool. It's kind of, because obviously the Whisper white isn't made to take water, it kind of peels up a little bit, so it's giving it a really interesting texture. I know you could, if you could feel it. I mean, I don't think you can't see it, but it has given it a very interesting texture, which is very cool. And then this is the photo paper. Huh. Okay, so is it going to wreck it? Oh, very slowly peel it off. And yeah, you might not want to leave it on the photo paper, because that's just not worked. It's completely stuck. Okay, yeah. So photo paper, glossy paper, don't leave it on, because yeah, that's a shame. I really like those colours. I'm going to have to, oh man, I'm going to have to go and scrub that off. Oh, actually it's not that difficult to come off. Okay, so glossy paper, don't leave it on. So I wonder if I just very quickly just do a little bit and then take the block off straight away, how that's going to look. So if I do the same colours, but just instead of leaving it on to dry, just take it off straight away. You'll see how that looks. If it has, if it works at all. Let's spritz. Aren't you glad I try these things? So if I just press it down a little bit, just how you would normally do it, give it a good press and then peel it up. So you've kind of, that is really cool. That is going to run if I tip it, so I'm going to slide it off to the side and let that one dry while I work on the others. So let's bring in the watercolour one and put it there. Just clean this block off. Okay, so we've got a nice strip of colour. It's a little bit wonky, which is throwing me off a bit, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So that's still a bit, no, that's fine. I'm thinking colour wise, no, yeah, we'll keep it that way. It's so wonky. I'm gonna have to trim it down because it's too wonky. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is trim, and let's see, how am I going to get this straight now? I'm going to line up the edge of my colour with the grid line. That's what I'll do, and hopefully that'll give me just the right amount to trim. Actually, not the grid line, I'm going to line it up with this edge of the cutting track, because otherwise I don't think it's going to give me enough. And then go from there, and hopefully that will give me a straighter piece. Now if I just bump that up to there, then I can just take off a smidge off each side to get it straight. That's better. So you might not have been able to see it, but my eyes really could. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to pause the video again, go and grab some bits to finish all the cards off, and then we'll put them all on cards. Alright, so for the one that we've done on the watercolour paper, I'm going to stamp on there with Flirty Flowers, which has got some silhouette images. I think I'm going to do, I might just do the one. That'll look nice, won't it? And then I can stamp the sentiment, you make me happy. Yeah, keep it nice and simple. Okay, let's get that on a block. And I'm just going to use Memento ink. Get that nicely inked up. And because this is watercolour paper, you are going to want to press down quite firmly. So I'm going to go, yeah, faffing too long, that's going to be dry by now. We'll go completely onto where the colour is. So yeah, it's quite textury, the watercolour paper, so it probably won't be a perfect image because of that, but that's fine. This is actually the Stampin' Up watercolour paper. I've just got some and trying it out, and so far so good. Actually, tell a lie, I have got one video up using it. I think it's up by now. So okay, awesome. I really like that. That's fab. So, oh, my glue gun's still on. Nearly burnt myself. Great. And I'm thinking, actually, I'm not going to stamp the sentiment on the outside because of what I just said. It's not going to be a perfect image. So I think I'll put it on the inside instead. So make sure this is well stuck down. There we go. Perfect. Just move that. Just grab a piece for the inside of the card. Just a piece of Whisper White. And I'm going to stamp that first, I think. Just move a couple of things out of my way. Okay, pop that up there. Right. So we can stamp our sentiment. Fabulous. That's going to go inside. Oops. And then this I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. Like so. Okie dokie. Fab. So that is one of the cards done. I love it. Yep, happy with that one. That's turned out very nice. So that's that one. The second one that I stamped, well not stamped, it's still a little bit damp, that I just did on the ordinary Whisper White. I'm going to use watercolour wings on that one. And put these away. I'm going to give that just a quick blast with my heat gun because it still feels a little bit damp. So watch your ears for just a second. It is a bit screwy, but that's okay. And just sort of straighten it out a little bit. Right, so watercolour wings. These are 2-step stamps, but obviously we don't need the 2 steps for the colours. We're just going to have the same colour. I'm just going to do black, so we've got a silhouette thing going on. So it's actually 3 steps to these stamps, sorry, but I'm just going to do 2. Cool. Then the inner part of the butterfly. So some of it you probably won't see too much because it's black on black, but that's okay. I'm not too fussed as long as it looks like a butterfly, and it does. Wow, that looks really cool. Looking at it in the monitor, that's awesome. And then the little body. Cool. And his little thingamidobs, whatever they're called, antenna. That's cute. And I'm going to do the same for the little butterfly. So we've got 2 butterflies. Might be the mummy and the baby, or the daddy and the baby. Oh, poop. Just get that back. Okay. It's just delivery man. Sadly not with anything for me. Cool. And this one does have a little body as well. It's really tiny. And I will put some antenna on. Antenna. Ah, that is adorable. Love it, love it. Now, should I do anything else, do you think? Maybe just the sentiment along the bottom. I'm actually going to stick it down, and hopefully that will flatten it out a bit, so I can stamp it a little bit easier. Well, I didn't do that in the first place, I don't know. Doy. Oh, well, I messed that up a bit, didn't I? Oh well. I'm guessing because it's buckled, as I've tried to put it flat, it's kind of not wanted to go flat. That's interesting. Maybe best to trim it down so you haven't got any bits around the outside, but that looks really pretty. without that weird bit at the bottom. So we can stamp something or punch something out to cover that up. So we're obviously not going to leave it like that. So if I grab the label punch, this is in the Doofy Diary Autumn Winter catalogue. Maybe cut it in half, because I don't want to cover up any of the butterfly. And so I don't know if you can see, from this point to this point is actually an inch from there to there, so I'm lining those up equally on the ½ inch, so that should give us 2 equal pieces, and I've just found that out. I did not know that. Cool. So I don't like that though. Oh, I don't like it. No, I don't like that. So how about cut off that complete, just this little bit. See, I'm leaving all this in because this is what you do when a card hasn't turned out exactly as you thought. You don't have to throw it away. You can just, whoa, I need to change my blade. You can just think of ways to fix it up. Because I'm not going to waste a whole card. I think I like that. Oh, it's such a shame. I mean, I could just fully, no, I can't leave it. Yeah, I think I'll go with that and pop it up on dimensionals. That might be okay. So we'll stamp on here, just for you. Stamp that in the middle, and then there's some little spotty things in the stamp set. Okay, then dimensionals on the back. And about there. That's not too bad. Just to bring it all together, then I think I'll stamp a couple of extra of these spotty things up here. Yeah. Couple more. No, leave it as it is. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, I'm happy. That's fine. Not perfect, but it's handmade, so. Okay, so that card worked. And let me just clean these off, put them away. So 2 out of the 3 I think were a success, pretty much. The third one on the glossy paper, I'll show you, it kind of worked, but I don't know if I would use it, to be honest. It's okay, I mean I could trim it out and do something with it, but No, I'm not really loving it on the glossy paper, so I need to, yeah, glossy paper I think is a no, but the normal Whisper White and of course watercolor paper works perfectly for this technique. So there you go. I hope that you found these this video useful. If you did, then share it, that would be awesome. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.